So recently I've been hearing about the, what's his name, Jayden Meyer case, where he raped like 4 or 5 girls up here. One was consensual. One case was consensual, and then he tried to, ask her to have sex again, and she was like, nah. And then basically he raped her and all that. So, we're seeing a lot of negative cases in the world today, like about all these things. There's social, poverty in terms of basically the way that men and women interact with each other. It's getting obviously hugely worse. I was just at a mall today. Just came back eating some food right now, lunch. And I was thinking, and I overheard these girls saying something about, maybe I obviously misheard the concept, but she was saying, "Oh, I want to get fucked" or something like that. So they, the F word. So it doesn't matter, the money's just out. It's not bad, But I'm trying to get this message out to people to hear it, genuinely. The truth is a very hard thing for people to, grasp, because they don't want to. It's obviously discomforting. But the thing is, should we say it's wrong? Obviously it's wrong, but men, if women want to have this problem solved, it's gonna take basically you have to change back into, you have to give your power away. If you hoard all your power, it's going to destroy as well, So the thing is, for people, men, obviously, pity them, you can't control, it's the biological instinct, nature to have sex and all that, until, someone can find a way to, make the same kind of high that an orgasm produces, then it's gonna keep happening like this, especially when the guy was 16 and he, had non-consensual sex with, 15-year-olds. Like, everybody's saying, oh, this is torturing. This is, even for men, who get raped, is torturing. But for women, it's just because, firstly, he's not the alpha male that I want. Secondly, he took it without my consent, and my values destroyed. How can I face my family again and all that? It's really the worth, the worth of the body in the eyes of others. Because for a woman in our age today, you've seen all those red pills and you've seen the woman's side and everything. My body, my rights, date whoever I want. And so the thing is, what body and what rights do we have as men? That we have to provide, and we enslave ourselves for, superficial items. And you look at the West now, you look even at the elites, the Hollywood actors, they couldn't even hold their wives onto. They just want the next one. Whereas you look at the extremes here, that women want everything. They just get given, oh, it's in our rights and it's in this. Of course, rape is horrible. As a man, if you held a gun to your head and a woman was having sex with you, that would be still scary as shit, because you don't want that, from violence and things. But if women could just consent, have sex, and of course the trust is not there, because the man, they're always scared, a man might beat the woman up during sex and all that. But you look at, the extremes in porn, you look at extremes, how you see in India. I saw the video once. In India, all these males were staring at a, tourist female that was, white, just saying. And if you reverse that, you look at bodybuilders, or look at women who look at men, it's just like, oh no, that's not sexual, assault and all that. That's not rape. That's not, weird. That's just, wow, he's lucky, because obviously, women have the capacity to give birth and men do not. But again, to solve this issue, women must just stop with all their power grabbing and all that. Just be open. Men won't force themselves in. Of course, even what's the sad, must pity men, because men who see other men raping, they'll just be really wrathful and just kill that man. It's like men always want to kill each other. It's always the way. That's just so unfair. We see women killing women too. That's just even more worse. But the thing is, it's just on an overall level, you got to just enjoy. Like, you just gotta take, the power is always a power struggle. You gotta let go of that. Everyone's gotta let go of that. But until then, sex is always, rape is always a power issue. That's just got sex involved. Sex, imagine it was all consensual and everybody enjoyed it. But because STDs and pregnancies and all that, and the undetermined value of a woman's sexual value, literally that is, and a provider man has a providing value. That's exactly it. So can't really talk about body, my rights, my body, because it's like if a robber comes to rob you and says, go ahead, rob me, man, what do you think, I got so much of this. No, this is my shop, you can't rob me. The robber's probably gonna still rob you anyways, because that's his intention. But if you had had a preventative measure like a gun or something, or a fall cannon or something like that, here we installed it, then we'll work to a moderate amount of success. But still, you're using fire with fire, So you have to teach the robber. Robber has to be taught. Something like, okay, the robber gets robbed, or the robber takes something else, and then in an empty store, and then he gets robbed by a fellow robber. But this is just still for an eye for an eye. You lock up a rapist, there's still gonna be rapists, there's still always gonna. You said, like, people will always be angry. People will be fearful and angry, and it's just gonna keep on going. It's never gonna stop, because you're not giving. The feminine side is supposed to be there so that it could heal men. But like the rape pill says these days, a woman do not care for men for who they are. It's about what they are, what they become. It's like so in essence, there's that problem. It's gone too much of an extreme. If women could have that kind of loving side again, and men could sort of be a bit not predatory. You have to teach men to move, like slowly chip that predator instinct away. But when they have sex, it's just got to be, But then it comes to pregnancies and all that, and of course that's just the way it is. So you gotta figure out a way around that. Of course, women can't turn off their how they get pregnant off and on. Obviously, so that's a problem like that. But you still, you gotta find a way and not go in for an eye-to-eye approach.